guys. And yeah, the big news in, guys, is that Gary Lineker has actually quit the BBC, believe it or not. A shock to many, I'm sure. But yeah, he had some comments to make, I think, about what's been going on in the political world with Israel and Palestine. And yeah, after that, I think he was told to kind of keep quiet. So he quit the BBC. That's all it was about it. He's gone out the gap. It's over for him. A controversial figure at times, an outspoken figure. I mean, let's have it right. An outspoken figure. But yeah, he was always going to speak his mind with regards to things, guys. That's just the way he is. He speaks his mind. He tells it like it is. So yeah, there you have it, guys. He's gone. He's out the gap. He quits, and that's it. And yeah, a lot of people will be disappointed, I think, that he's actually gone. But yeah, maybe a bit of a shock to a lot of people, that he actually walked away. But I think maybe you'll be hearing a lot more about it in the news, I'm sure, guys. In the next day, hours and days after this. But he's always been outspoken, guys, on and off the field, and he knows his own mind. He can be quite direct about things. And yeah, he has a right to speak his opinion, I think. Obviously, the fact that he is involved with the BBC, TV personality, involved in sports. Yeah, he obviously felt the need to step back himself after that. But you know what I mean? It is what it is. He's always been outspoken, though. Yeah, I think it was was it last year, the start of this year or last year, he was involved in something else as well. There was something else said, something else happened, and he was very outspoken. And I think, yeah, the BBC tries to be impartial maybe in these things. He's entitled to his opinion, and it's true what he's saying. I think there's a bit of truth in it, but yeah, he's got to be aware that you know, look, it is what it is. Yeah, the man's got his opinion and he's entitled to it, but he is on TV. He's a well-known personality. You know, you can't change who you are, yeah. And he felt the need to speak out about it, which I understand. He felt the need to speak out about it. Yeah, I'm not going to get political about this, yeah, but for me, I am an Irishman. I am not an Englishman. He is a former Spurs player, but you know what? He's a player I always admired, and I think he's a good player. And I'm going to speak honestly now. I am a gooner. I love the club since the day I was born, but you always got to have a bit of respect for Gary Lineker. You got to have a little bit of respect for Gary Lineker. As a player as well, I thought he was a very good player. I enjoyed him on TV. I thought he could be very direct and very outspoken. But that's what he was there for on TV. You know what I mean? He's a man of principle, a man of character. He feels that something is not right and it should change. He's unhappy about something and he thinks that it should change and things should become better. And he has a right to speak out about it. Obviously, the BBC, like I said, they try to be impartial in these things. He actually quit. He wasn't kicked out. But I think he felt the need that he had to kind of move on, yeah. Obviously, you're going to be hearing much more about it, guys, in the next hours and days. But big story, guys, he walks away, but he'll definitely pick up another job in media. I mean, it's only a matter of time till he actually finds employment somewhere else. I mean, I'm sure he'd be sought after. Hey, how are you? I hope you're keeping well. I hope you're keeping well. If you could hit the like for me, I'd appreciate it. Hit the like. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Everybody watching, guys, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Yeah, the BBC won't be the same without Gary Lineker. Yeah? Match of the Day and programs like that, the football shows won't be the same without him. Yeah, like I said, I liked him as a football player, even though he was Spurs and I'm an Arsenal fan. I liked the guy. I thought he always played well. Of course, I'm an Irishman, not an Englishman, but Lineker is a man of character, yeah. and he speaks his mind. It's after costing him in this occasion, yeah, but it looks like he actually quit himself, maybe before he was actually sacked. But I'm sure more news will come out about it, guys. This story just broke in the last couple of hours. And yeah, I just did a watch along, guys, of the Manchester City Bournemouth game. It finished 3-1 to City. It was Kevin De Bruyne's last game at the Etihad, so he's on his way out. But yeah, it was the last home game at the Etihad, emotional for him. They had a little bit of a ceremony at the end there for him. I will be doing a live watch along of the Europa League final tomorrow night between Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur. Come on, you Spurs. Honestly, I'm a neutral, guys. I'm only joking. But yeah, one of these teams is going to win. It's either going to be United or Spurs. I'm also going to be doing a watch along of the Champions League final on the 31st from Munich, which of course is PSG against Inter Milan. So big up Jan Sommer. And yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I mean, you can't say much more about it than that. And yeah, Gary Lineker. He's always been that way, outspoken, controversial, tells it as it is, gives his opinions. Sometimes to the detriment of his career, maybe, but you've got to stick to your principles as a person, I suppose, guys, right? You've got to stick to your principles. And if you think something's wrong and you want to speak out about it, well, that is what he did. You know what I mean? He's not a yes man. He's not a guy that's going to roll over for anybody. And yeah, that's basically the way it is. So he spoke his mind and he thought what he did was right, yeah. He did what he thought was right. But it's kind of madness, yeah. That he's after quitting. I mean, it's madness. One second there, guys. Let me go to the news. Check it out. See what they're saying about it in the news. He's always been a very outspoken individual, guys, yeah. He's not a yes man. You know what I mean? I liked him as a football player. Or couldn't lie. I recognise the upset I've caused. Lineker to leave BBC sooner than planned after anti-Semitism row. The BBC confirms Gary Lineker will leave his presenting role sooner than planned. His departure comes after he shared an Instagram post outside his included the drawing of a rat, historically used as an anti-Semitic insult. In a statement, Lineker says, I recognise the error and upset that I caused and reiterate how sorry I am. BBC Director General Tim Davies says Gary has acknowledged the mistake he made and praises the presenter as a defining voice of football coverage. Last year, Lineker announced his departure from Match of the Day but said he would still present FA Cup and World Cup coverage next season. He will now leave after the final match of the day of the season on Sunday. Lineker could not keep quiet on social media. In the end, it brought him down. I recognise the error and upset that I caused. Lineker leaves the BBC. Lineker pictured earlier today. He was a little bit too outspoken on social media and that caused the problems. The BBC's highest paid presenter will leave his role at the corporation on Sunday after his final episode of Match of the Day. His early departure comes after he shared a social media post about Zionism last week that included an illustration of a rat, historically used as an anti-Semitic insult. Lineker and the BBC previously agreed he would step down from Match of the Day and continue to front the FA Cup and the 2026 World Cup, but he will now leave for good on Sunday. In a statement at midday, the former England striker apologised for sharing the post. I recognise the error and upset that I caused, he said. He added that working at the BBC had been a pleasure and a huge privilege. But stepping back now seems like the responsible course of action. We will be closing this live page shortly, but Lineker will now say goodbye to the BBC on Sunday. 25 years he's been hosting it, guys. Fuck, this Lineman has gone 25 years from match of the day. Poof. One last time on Sunday, guys, for Gary Lineker, after hosting the match of the day for 25 years. That's crazy. Shearer, thank you for everything. Alan Shearer, match of the day pundit and podcast host of Lineker, has reacted to his colleague's departure. Video on Instagram, writing in the comments, thank you for everything. As we reported earlier, Lineker released a video after the BBC confirmed his departure at midday. You can watch it below. That's crazy. Let me watch that in a second, guys. I'm gonna get out the headphones and see what Gary's got to say. But it's madness. Look, sooner or later he was going to leave anyway. I mean, it was planned. But it's madness the way it happened. Let me just listen to that, guys. He shared an Instagram post, guys. Just watching Lineker's goodbye video, guys. He's actually a player I liked, even though he's a Spurs player. Sunday's going to be his last match of the day. Yeah, it's just one of those things, guys. Unfortunately for Gary, he got kind of caught in the mix. It didn't turn out too well for him. Sure, he's kicking himself now, but it's one of those things. It's just one of those things. Like I said, I'm sure he's kicking himself now. That has happened. You know what I mean? It's disappointing for him, of course. He said he made an honest mistake. He didn't see the emoji, but not an easy thing. Not an easy thing. Tough times. Tough times. An honest mistake, maybe so, but definitely damaging. Definitely damaging to his career. Maybe the way people think about him in the future. But yeah, you gotta like him. I don't know. I like Lineker. Like I said, even though he's a former Spurs player, I'm a Gooner. But yeah, I don't know. I think he's alright. It was just bad judgment on his part. If that is the actual truth of what went on, like he said, it was just bad judgment on his part. You know what I mean? Bit of a shock to the system, I think, for a lot of people that he's actually going to be stepping back. It was already planned, yeah, but next year he was going to be doing the FA Cup and the World Cup. He was going to be finishing match of the day anyway this season. But next year he was going to be doing the FA Cup and the World Cup. But oh yeah, adios, Mr. Lineker. That's all there is about it for Gary. tough times for him, yeah. Tough times.